Have you ever slashed someone's artwork with a knife? Let us know. We are talking Younger, episode 5, The Gift of Maggie. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
I love this song.
I do too.
It's too good.
Did you guys go through like an obsessive phase with the song?
I did, yeah.
I did too. It was like on repeat.
Yeah. I'm right with you, Renee.
So good.
If you guys are listening, Sam just like did one of the finger things. When
I think it was the Mariah
Yeah.
finger.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what you do when you're a professional singer. I don't know why.
Yeah,
Sorry, guys.
Anyways,
Sam was a
guys,
professional.
enough with the amazing music choices in this show. Let's get to talking about the show. But before we do, I am your host, Renee Ariel. You can follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at Renee Ariel. And I have a panel of lovely ladies.
Hey guys, I'm Taylor Gates. You can find me on Twitter at alphabet_Ann and on Instagram at Taylor_Gates_.
Hey guys, it's Allie Nasta. You can find me on Twitter at Allie Nasta and on Instagram at Allie Girl.
Sam Davidson here. You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at SamD43, and I'm in the live chat. Woo. I see you guys there. You're quiet, but you're there, and I see you. So please comment. Let us know your thoughts on the episode.
Please do. Oh my gosh, guys, this show just gets juicier and juicier.
I love it.
And I love that every time we think we know what's going to go down, we don't.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so into it. But first, I want to get started with a couple that I hate and I think now everyone hates. That's now over. Josh and Amy/Montana.
That's what I have in my notes.
He picks them good, huh?
Yeah.
He's got 2 liars now.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Is that
But no.
something like inside? He's like psychological. He keeps subconsciously going for liars. Why is that?
I don't think so. I think that he just was, she was the rebound. And the rebound never works out, let's be honest. And so
Pancake theory.
Yeah, the pancake theory.
Pancake
Let's not
theory.
forget, Taylor,
Pancake
you're
theory.
right. It needed to happen, but I loved how we saw Josh. I keep wanting to say Nico. I love how we see Josh
Because you
come
guys are
through.
super close now.
Yeah, of course.
Your boy Nico.
No, I think I've been like seeing his name all over social media and stuff, and so I was just like thinking Nico. Anyways, Josh, I love how he came out on top with Maggie and supportive Liza, because at the end of the day, this is just a fling. It's he realized where his loyalty lied, and I love that.
You guys, we do have one of our watchers that commented. Lena Paradis said, "Hi, girls. Hi from Colombia.
Hello.
Love your show.
Thank
Hello
you.
from Colombia. That's so far. Thank you so much for tuning in."
Yes, thank you. Oh my gosh. But so with this relationship that I remember when we were watching it, Allie, you immediately were like, it's gonna be with Maggie's art. Like you knew
Yes.
the second.
I honestly, like, I was like, she is up to go no good. She trapped Josh into meeting her parents, first of all. And I knew that, I said, Montana is, she's stealing Maggie's art. I knew something was up with her, though. There was something sketchy, and now I know why. Because there was, the way that she's, like, just slipped into getting to know Maggie so easily. It was like, oh, I want to be your assistant. You don't have to pay me anything. There was a motive behind her, and I could tell from the start. So.
See, just like Diego last week, I was really rooting for Montana, and I really liked her at
Why
first.
would you root for Montana?
I liked her and Maggie, like in the first episode. I
Oh.
liked that possibility. But
Right.
then she did get sketchy.
It
as time went
died
on.
very quickly for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
But I can understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Well, my feelings about her are just that she was kind of a transient person. At the same time, I'm glad they made us not like her, so we didn't feel bad for hurting somebody, because it wasn't going to work out.
Yeah.
Either way.
Right.
I mean, even when like Josh left, she was like, I'm going to be huge. What did she say? Like, I'm gonna be
big.
I'm gonna be
or
big.
something. It was something like you were like, that wasn't even like a zinger.
No.
You know, it didn't even like give him a stab. It was kind of like, I made the right decision. I'm leaving.
Right?
You know?
She literally outlined the state of Montana onto other people's art. Like, that's all it was. And at first, I thought that the piece of art that the mom was showing was just what she did, like with the
Right.
colored background. Like, oh, that's actually kind of cool. I don't know why Josh is hating on that. And then we found out that it's someone else's art with like literally she just got like a white paintbrush like.
It's not even like a good outline either.
Well,
like, it's not neat. It's not
And
clear.
Josh even asked if she like created that outline,
Right.
and her mother, who by the way is Blair Waldorf's mother in Gossip
Yeah.
Girl,
Yeah.
shout out to the Waldorfs. So she said no, of course it's not her own outline. Like she couldn't even draw the state of Montana.
Yeah. Well, what I'm really shocked with is how easily the mom was able to open up, meaning, and the way that Montana was acting. I'm just confused as to where she wouldn't think that the loyalty lied with Liza and Maggie, considering that's how they met. You know what I mean? I'm just wondering where that lost in her mind that he had more loyalty to her.
But sometimes people do, like, you know, the whole, like, bros before hoes, chicks before wait, what is it?
Chicks before
dicks. Oh, yeah. I was going to say sisters before misters.
Oh, yeah.
But sometimes you think, like, misters before sisters and hoes before bros.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know
that's
why
not
took
the
me
right
so
way.
long to, like, put together, but you know what I mean? Like, some people think that you're going to automatically be someone's number one, but, like, they've had a longer friendship than your, like, 1 night, 2 night stand.
Well,
That weirdly turned into kind of a relationship real quick.
Really quick. Like last week, it was their first time ever being together, and then all of a sudden it was just like, I'm taking you home. I'm gonna secretly trap you into a 2-hour car ride and take you home to meet my parents.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a little bit of psychotic behavior for sure. Don't approve. But that was, oh my gosh, one of my favorite moments on the show was when Liza and Maggie showed up at the art show. Yeah, seriously, props to Josh and just showing his character of telling Maggie. I really liked that. But seeing Maggie come in and be like we've never seen Maggie like this angry. She's so chill. I've never seen her like this. She was just like ready to get something done,
Yes,
you know?
I love it.
she has talked about pulling stunts like this. We hear about it, but we've never actually seen it.
Right.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Because
I'm
she's
sure...
talked about her past lovers and how it has not ended well, and they've made a lot of jokes, I think, throughout the entire series about her getting a little bit crazy, but we've never seen it.
Right.
So we finally saw it tonight.
Now we saw
Yeah.
the crazy side. I loved that. And I love that she grabbed like the tomato on the way out with the knife.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That was incredible.
Yeah, and I will say I love how we're seeing more of Maggie's dimension in her character because it was the last couple seasons we've obviously seen her very in support of Liza, but now we're kind of getting and delving more into her life. I know we've seen a little bit of her love life, but like that's the most we've seen. So now she's kind of being more infiltrated, and as we are going to see, she's being more infiltrated with Liza's other group.
And Cameron Boyd in the chat said, Liza and Maggie, man, oh man, that was perfect.
Yes,
It
Cameron.
was absolute perfection. Even Liza's face when her friend left, it was just a smile that was like, that's my friend. Like, she
Yeah.
was so proud, and I love that. I was proud on
Yeah.
behalf of Maggie.
I love how like authentic their texts were too. She's like, "Get over here, shit's about to go down."
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'd say to anybody.
Yeah, and you're like, I'm there.
No, I just, gosh, I love this. And I love that they kind of showed, you know, okay, this is maybe a poor example to bring up, and I hope this doesn't make anyone mad, but with the Kylie Jenner thing that have gone on with, like, her T-shirts with culture appropriation, with, like, putting her, or like, what was it, like, literally her image or her, or, like, KK.
Like logo, her logo,
Yeah, her logo or her face or Kendall's face on top of, like, famous bands, and then being like, no, but, like, that's mine. And then this girl literally putting, like, Montana, but it just felt so relevant.
Yeah.
Like, this really felt, and I'm sure this has happened more than just with Kylie. Kylie's getting into some heat again with, like, her show uses these like neon lips on in like the promos, and then that's this other makeup brand was like, no, that's mine. Like, it's this whole thing. It doesn't end, but it's probably with more than just Kylie. But I love that they kind of brought that up of like, no, but it's mine. Like, it's okay. It's like, I can do this. It's part of. No, you can't. But it felt familiar.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah. No, it did.
Right. But anyways, I do want to talk about Zane and Kelsey.
Getting spicy.
Guys,
Zelcy.
Zelcy.
Oh,
It's
I like
spicy.
Zelcy.
Zelcy
Yeah.
or
Kane.
yeah, not as
Zelcy.
fun.
I think
Zelcy better.
Zelcy. Yeah.
Zelcy sounds like an adjective. It's like, you're Zelcy. Like,
Yeah.
you're spicy.
Exactly.
Like their relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do you guys think this is going to last? Do you think it's going to blossom into a relationship?
The only reason I say no is because when I talked to him at the premiere, he said that his character was going to spice things up. Or no, he said he was going to like stir the pot kind of thing.
Ooh, oh,
And
no.
so that's why my only reason is because he couldn't give me anything about his character because we hadn't been introduced to it yet, but he just said, let's just say I'm going to make things interesting. And I said, are you a pot stirrer? And he kind of like smirked, so... It was like it gave me something to where I don't think it's going to be something that's going to be like he's going to make it challenging and it's not going to be what we think it's going to be. That's the only reason why I say
Well,
that.
honestly, since social media is such a big part of this show and they've made it such a big part of this show, I think it might be up. Okay, I have a fantasy. It's up to us.
Yeah.
if it's like gonna be a thing or not.
Right, like if we're gonna ship them and then the writers will decide.
Yeah, I mean, I think for sure that they're gonna challenge each other because
Right.
since that, she has had some doozies.
What do you
Right.
mean?
Yeah, I have no idea. But guys, he doesn't look like Thad, thank God.
Yeah.
It's
Finally.
about damn time. So I kind of think this might stick for a minute, even though they're gonna throw each other under the bus.
Right.
I know we were talking about it the other week that we think that maybe Kelsey and Josh might be in game. Like maybe.
No,
Really?
I don't know
see
where
it.
that came from.
I don't
Whoa.
know. I can see it.
Sam just got
can.
really heated.
Sam's
No,
not okay with this.
what I will say is that, oh my gosh, it just left my head. I was gonna say something really good, but I can't remember it. Oh no, it was that I saw for the first time Kelsey chose her career over the guy, and you know how like they usually choose their career over her, and I feel like she finally was like, well, I've got to do this, and like she was able to tell the truth with them. With what are you thinking, Renee?
Did she? Because she wasn't going to really fight for it until she was forced to.
That's
so
true.
did she really do that, or was it kind of she was backed into a corner until she had to choose her
You're
career
right.
over it?
Well, that's why he's spicing things up because he's a step ahead of her, though.
He's like, we didn't even want that, Arthur.
He already knew. She went there all guilty, and she goes, "You're stirring my drink. I feel so bad." But really, he knew the whole time. He's not mad.
You're right, he did know. He cultivated the whole plan because he went to say, don't do it, and he knew she would.
Oh, God, I don't know. You guys are messing with my emotions all the time.
I know,
I don't know.
But I will say, I actually, now that we have that little, okay, I thought that Liza and Josh had hope. I did, but then after you guys immediately shut me down before the show, I was like, oh, all right. So basically, it kind of would make sense if they were endgame and then Liza has her own endgame because she was saying how I want to be the aunt. Then that would be perfect. They'd be like the best friends.
I'm telling
and
you, I
then-
think it's gonna be Liza and Charles and Josh and Kelsey at the end of it all.
Weird
Interesting.
fantasy to have.
I got the chills, and every time I get the chills on air, it means that's what's happening. Because I'm a little...
Wait, with what?
So what Taylor just said.
Oh, the two end games?
Yes. I think so. I don't think they've built up Josh and Kelsey enough, which is good.
Yeah.
Because there's not been enough time to develop that, and it's really shady if they were to do that at this point.
Yeah, and I think what they did do too is that instead of us not liking Kelsey and Josh together, they gave us a break through Montana. Now we're so obsessed with hating Montana that it gives us room for Josh to have a whole new love interest.
Ooh,
because
that's a
we're
good
not
point.
our last thought isn't Liza, our last thought is now Montana.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah, I mean, of course, they had to give us time to heal as viewers. Okay, but I still didn't feel like that was enough time for Liza to be okay being like the aunt of whoever, like to his children, like she's okay with him moving on and her just being the friend figure. I mean, it's just not, I get she wants him in her life, but did it feel too soon to anyone else that she's like, I don't want to be with you. I want to be like the friendly, fun aunt.
And I'm thinking, what are they going to do? Run to the barn and have sex while he has a wife and children? I mean, I'm serious because I think their chemistry is completely magnetically crazy.
Yeah. I mean, they do have a lot of chemistry, but I think when she was saying that and he was asking about the kiss, in her mind though, she's always questioned them because she always knew we're in different places in our lives. And I think that that's why I don't feel like it was too soon for her to tell him that because she is still thinking about Charles. Let's not forget, that night when she left Charles, she didn't want to leave. She wanted to stay, but she had to go help her friend. So I think that for me, it didn't feel too soon because I think when she kissed Charles, her mind was almost already partially checked out of Josh before she saw the engagement or the proposal.
And she's always been super insecure in that relationship. She
Yeah.
always felt like she couldn't give him the life that he's gonna want someday with kids
Yeah.
and all of that. So I thought it made sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess for me, though, like, I don't know how you guys would feel. If you were in a serious relationship with someone, regardless of if you wanted them to stay in your life after and you just wanted to be friends, would you be cool after time has passed for them to date your best friend?
Oh, no.
But, okay, if you had found the love of your life
Yeah.
that you feel more than you did with the person before and you feel guilty, then I understand, and just for the sake of keeping Josh on the show, because he's our favorite. I mean, he's
Right.
basically my favorite. I think a lot of our favorite characters.
Of course.
But I think that it makes the most sense to pair him with someone and to keep
Right.
everybody with each other.
Right.
But right now, it's a little bit too emotional and muddy.
Yeah, and I think that that's why we're gonna have other people thrown in. Like Josh's next love interest is not gonna be Kelsey. It might be eventually.
You don't
Kelsey's
think
not a
so?
pancake.
No, yeah, I think if anything, they're gonna string that along on the back end, but then throw someone else in there. But you know what I mean? But it'll
Yeah.
still be strung along, and we're gonna see them build a friendship and then a relationship, and that's gonna be the most rewarding thing at the end.
I think it's going to be the season finale where something happens.
Right.
For
Well,
sure.
we did see that. I think the preview for the rest of the season at the beginning was. I don't think it was a tease. I think it was actual like footage from the end towards the end of the season.
Yeah, well, it was like them. Wait, you're talking about the teasing back and forth of like we're just friends, and then
Yeah.
but yeah, that's gonna lead obviously to I would assume the season finale to show us.
Right.
But could you imagine there being another love interest in between? Because there's how many episodes this season? 10?
10 sounds
What
right.
are we?
10, 30.
We're at 5.
5? Oh God!
So I feel like if we're halfway in, I feel like that's why I'm not sure if they could throw another one in. I'm already distracted enough by Amy. I
Yeah.
mean, Montana, whoever you are. But I don't know, guys. We'll have to see on this one. But with you, okay, so Allie was thinking that maybe there was some potential with Josh and Liza when they had that
Yeah,
conversation.
I did.
She was so excited when she was go watch her Instagram
Yeah, go
story.
watch my Instagram story, Allie girl. You will see I will get denied fast.
and yeah, that's me.
But I'm excited to see kind of where they go from now with how their dynamic's going to play out. Like, are they going to be awkward now, or are they just going to be cool? I'm excited to see kind of what happens when they see each other again.
Yeah. I will say, I feel like there's going to be some sort of kiss or makeout that happens because, like, the way that they were looking at each other, you're right, their chemistry was undeniable. So there's something that's going to happen. I know it sounds like I'm contradicting myself, but, like, there's things versus that are going to string along versus the long term.
Yeah.
And I think that there could be something, and maybe this is what makes them both realize, you know what? We can't be together. Like,
Yeah.
maybe we'll see that. Because I feel like we're going to need some sort of closure.
I see what you're saying. I can agree with that for sure.
And for maybe Josh for a moment to want or to not want it, and for Liza to want it.
Yeah.
I think that might be what we need.
But
Yeah.
then Liza doesn't get closure. And what about that happily ever after?
Liza doesn't deserve
She's
closure.
going to get her happily ever after, that's for sure. And I'm with Charles.
That moment, you guys. Also, okay, so this whole thing that went on with Redmond and this new author after the author kind of died in the bathroom. Do you think that storyline's going to continue, or do you think that whole thing was meant to just have that scene with Charles and Liza at the end with happily ever after? What do you think?
Okay, so I said it when we were watching that Liza's gonna write it.
Yeah, I agree.
How do you think that'll even come about? Because she's not an author. Like, no one's who would suggest it aside from herself?
Well,
I think herself. I think she might be like, "Let me try something. You read it. If you don't like it, you can go look for another."
or she'll say, "I found this really old lady that won't reveal her name." Or
"Yeah,
Ooh.
and she's her.
What if the story is like about her and Charles, like having like a relationship in the office? Ooh,
true."
But oh my gosh, guys, we'll have to see. But before we go, I want to get into some quick predictions. What do you guys think is going to happen in the next like few episodes before season finale?
Okay. Well. All right. I think that Zane and Kelsey are gonna have some nice hate sex.
Why would you think that? Was it
Zex. Yeah, I just keep on making the puns. I think it's going to be awesome. And I think that Charles and Liza are going to come closer together, but also that Diana is going to start catching on because she wants to see Maggie's work.
True.
And she's getting closer to the truth. And I think Diana is the next person to knock off the list to know what's going on, really.
I love it.
I like that, yeah.
Love it so much. I think I kind of stated my predictions earlier. I think there's going to be something that happens with Liza and Josh. It's not going to be, like, there's going to be something small, like I said, that would possibly progress to having that closure. Charles and Liza, something's going to happen with them soon because their chemistry, every time they see each other, is just hot and steamy. And then I think that's it for tonight.
And kind of like Sam touched on, I'm really excited for the Diana and Maggie meeting.
Oh,
They're two
yes.
of like my favorites. And I'm curious what's going to happen because Lauren just broke up with Max. We didn't see her this week, but I'm excited to see where Lauren's storyline goes.
Yeah.
I think that it's going to be awkward hangouts with Josh for the next few episodes, and then like easing us back into Liza and Josh hanging out. And then I think that there's going to be a hookup between Liza and Charles, even if it's like a quick like one night stand, like a hookup before the end of the season, but not fully getting together yet for some reason. But let us know all your predictions in the comments below, and we're so excited for next week. I really wish, we were saying this earlier, we really wish this show was an hour long because it feels like it should be.
It should be.
But one day, maybe. In the meantime, where can everyone find you, Sam?
Oh, you guys can find me, Sam Davidson, at samdavidsonentertainment.com, Twitter and Instagram at samd43.
You guys can find me on Twitter at Nasta and on Instagram at AllieGirl.
You guys can find me on alphabet_Ann on Twitter and Taylor_Gates_ on Instagram.
And you guys can follow me at Renee Ariel on Instagram and on Twitter. And for all of us here at AfterBuzz, follow us everywhere at AfterBuzz TV on YouTube, iTunes, Twitter, everywhere. We have a website. Follow it. Okay, bye guys. See you next time.
See ya.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.